Hello YouTube, it's me John Avenger once again and welcome to another review. This one will be in sync. You guys have been waiting for this rant and you're going to get it now. It's a 2022 American fantasy comedy film sequel, unfortunately. Directed by Anne Fletcher, written by Jen D'Angelo. Yeah, definitely some feminists worked on this. And produced by Walt Disney. Yeah, Walt Disney Pictures. Yeah, in name only. And it stars Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy and Jimmy, and Doug Jones, the only actors from the original to reprise their roles. And other actors, you have Sam Richardson, Whitney Peak, Belisa Escobedo, Tony Hale. I don't know what he's doing in this movie. And Hannah Waddington joining the new cast, which I didn't give a shit about. And that is Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah, this movie was not necessary. We didn't need a sequel 29 years later. This is just another Force Awakens where they have to force a sequel down our throats that's trying to be a bad remake of the first one. Granted, this movie's not a shot-for-shot remake of the first film, but the new changes they made were a freaking joke. The only good thing in this movie, like I said, is the three witches themselves, the same actresses from the first one, are giving it their all. Their singing is still good, their acting is still good, their presence and their little walk, I still love that, because in the first film, I thought they were the best part of it. But that's not saying much, because I'm like, when they're not on screen, the movie suffers. The first problem number one, the new cast members. These three girls that are in the movie, I didn't give a damn about them. Any of them. And I'm heterosexual, guys. Because the girls from Monster House had a personality. That movie was shorter. That movie was only an hour and like 20 some minutes without the end credits. This was an hour and 35, and I felt the running time. And I shouldn't be feeling a running time of a 90-minute movie. The first girl, you got Cassie, played by Lilia Buckingham. Is that her? No, that's not her. No, yeah, that is her. That's one of the girls. She did nothing for me. I'm like, yeah, she. It said, wait, what it says? Cassie, the mayor's daughter and an estranged popular friend of Becca and Izzy. She helps Becca to stop the Sandersons. Yeah, she's barely in the movie. I think Cassie's the one that's barely in it, right? Yeah, she's barely in it, and they're not a family. Izzy is played by a girl named Belisa Escobedo. She's some chubby girl with glasses that's Spanish. That's her personality. Nothing other than that. Whitney Peak, is that the girl? Yeah. This is the black she's a Ugandan Canadian actress. She's probably good in other roles, but here she was not interesting. They make her a Mary Sue character. Yes, they give her powers that are not explained. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it does. That's the hobo. She's a witch, and they never tell us where her powers came from. There's no backstory. She's just a black girl with freaking powers. Yeah, fuck you for that, writers. I don't want any more Mary Sue characters. You're not vaginas are not taking over the Disney kingdom. Okay, stop it already. You stop with this female superiority complex. It didn't work in Ghostbusters 2016. It sure as hell didn't work for Charlie's Angels 2019 or Black Christmas or even The Force Awakens. Having one gender be superior over the other is bullshit. We're all created equal, so suck on that. That's what this movie has a problem. It has a way. There's not one guy in this movie that's strong. Doug Jones isn't until the end of the movie, and he's just a cameo because you have to constantly remind me that the first movie exists. The two bullies from the original are not in it. Gary Marshall and Penny Marshall were uncredited in stock footage from the first film because they're both dead now. Yeah, thanks for reminding me that what we lost. And this movie has gay agendas, just like every Disney Plus bullshit movie that comes out now. It's woke, it's gay. The scene where they're singing a song I love, one way or another, I'm going to find. Instead of doing that and just sticking to that, you have a scene where a gay couple is watching the original film. Yeah. Disney, I don't care about your representation. I said it, I don't care. As a person of color that's heterosexual, you're not pandering to me. You're pandering to a demographic that doesn't even watch Disney Plus. So kiss my ass for that. A gay couple in a freaking sequel to Hocus Pocus. What is this world coming to? What's next? We're going to have a gay president of the United States? Huh? Are we? Are we going to have freaking gay actors in the MCU? Oh, wait, they did that already. It was called Eternals. Yeah, kiss my ass with that. I'm sick of it. You want your rainbows? Put them in the sky. I don't want to see them in my Disney movies anymore. I'm sick of it. Lightyear flopped because of this. It could have been a decent movie if you just take all this bullshit agendas out of it. We don't need strings attached. I don't have any strings. Okay? Pinocchio had problems. A gay agenda was not one of them. And also, no Thora Birch in this movie. No, the kids from the first movie are nowhere to be found. The cat doesn't talk in this one. They got the book back. They have horrendous CGI compared to the first one. The effects weren't that great in the first one, but at least they were practical. Here, it's a bunch of CGI things hitting each other. I did laugh a couple of times. I'll say that with the witches mostly. The scene where they go to Walgreens and they're eating the lotions and those vacuum cleaners are following Kathy and Jimmy. That was kind of funny. But everything else just falls flat. These girls saying that, oh, we're not children, we're 40. Bitches, I'm not even 40 yet. And I'm close. You're like in your late teens, early 20s. Don't lie to me. And the characters are not a family. In the first movie, there was a brother and sister, and then the hot chick Vanessa Shaw. Here, you got none of that. I felt nothing. I didn't cry at all. I was just in pain. Every time the witches weren't on screen, they'd have to give them a backstory because everything has to be explained now. Now we have to give a backstory on the witches when they were little girls hiding. They're like, they caused a fire, burned them at the stake. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care about these people either. Why does everything need a backstory? Why was this the most viewed film premiere in the U.S. on Disney Plus? Why? I saw this after it came out, like in the month of October, like the day after. And I'm like, this shitty sequel gets more views than freaking Miss Marvel. And this is what Rotten Tomatoes did not have. We're not having it. It says Hocus Pocus 2 is basically a boiling cauldron of nostalgia. Yeah, and I'm not even that nostalgic over the first one. The first one's a good movie, but it's not the best. Is a reason it flopped back in the 90s because people were not ready for witches to eat children. That's not family friendly. That's creepy. But that's more than enough for this belated sequel to cast a reasonable effective spell. Yeah, if you're 5 years old and you don't care what's in your films. I cared. I didn't wait almost 30 years to see this bullshit. I told you, I don't want any more woke gay shit in my Disney stuff. Or Marvel, or Star Wars, or DC, or anything. I'm sick of it. Sick to death of it. It's in everything now. It can't just be for adult shows like Peacemaker or Game of Thrones or something. No, it has to be in freaking everything. Who you preaching to, Disney, huh? Who you preaching to? The kids aren't going to give a shit about sexual orientation, politics, or gender politics, or freaking nationalism or any of that. They don't care. They want to just see pretty colors and characters they like. They don't care what gender it is. Kids don't put labels on things. You stupid adults do that. And I'm like, this movie wasn't necessary. We didn't need a sequel. I would have rather have a short film with the three actresses doing that for 30 minutes. That would have been fine. A 90-minute movie where they're not in the film for almost a half hour, it's not worth it. It is not worth your time. It is a waste of space. And while the first movie's no masterpiece, it is compared to this. This is what happens when you have a sequel decades later when it's not going to be the same. People said Top Gun Maverick is good. It better be. It better not have this gay, woke, freaking agenda-filled bullshit that I've been seeing a lot this year, from Disney especially. There's no excuse for this. And again, the new characters are not interesting. You know why this guy is Richardson is in the movie? Because he's black. Because Disney has to fill a quota. If you're black, female, gay, or whatever, come right into our Magic Kingdom. Yeah, you lost the magic a long time ago, Disney. When your movies touch me, it's because it's a nostalgia piece that I find entertaining that had actors that were trying. Tony Hale, why is he in this movie? Oh, because he was Forky in Toy Story 4. Here, he has nothing to do. The rest of the cast, the girls, they don't show their parents because, yeah, parents are not really in this movie. Yeah, Freud Gutierrez, but as Mike, he's a forgettable character. He's the Joker. He's a Joker and he doesn't have a personality and he's weak. You stop making these male characters weak and useless. And you have RuPaul's Drag Race stars. That's another reason I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you have them in the scene where they're doing the contest of which is the best looking witch. Yeah, they show up. Why? Because, again, agendas. I'm sick of it, Disney. Keep it in your pants. I don't want to see it anymore. Stop telling kids that, look, there's people that are different from you that like their own kind. Why? I didn't ask for that. I did not ask for gay shit in my Disney movies. I didn't ask for it. Even when I was a kid, I never saw anything gay in any of the classic nostalgic Disney Renaissance movies or their live action comedies or any of that. It never had this. And I saw Disney movies that had curse words in it and smoking. Now, everything's got to be woke and gay. Well, you're going to fail, Disney. You failed this year with Lightyear. You failed with Turning Red. You're going to fail with Strange Worlds. I don't care. If you have an openly gay character, I don't want to know. I am not gay. I'm not bisexual. I'm not transgendered. I'm not bipolar. Or bisexual. I'm not freaking gender fluid. I'm not freaking pansexual. I'm not queer. I'm heterosexual. That has freaking everything to do with me. This stuff does not. I am not part of that group, so keep it away from me already. Stop it. I'm sick of it. Anyway, that's my rant on Hocus Pocus 2. It's an unnecessary sequel with lame jokes. You know, the songs are okay, but they get overshadowed by this stupidness that Disney has to put in here. And the nostalgia, it's not working anymore. Stop putting nostalgia in things that don't need it. Stop reminding me that there's a better version of your film out there. Star Wars tried that and it failed. With every freaking movie they did after the Clone Wars. Yeah. This was just unnecessary. If you've seen the first one, just avoid this. I would not recommend it to anybody. If you have Disney Plus, watch something else. Just go watch the first one. Watch freaking any of the Halloween Town movies. Because as much as those have painful CGI and dated effects and things that won't work now, at least they're competent. Even the fourth one, it's bad, but it's better than this. It's shorter. This is just bullshit, and it was not needed. This woke gay shit, Disney, it's going to end one way or another. I'm going to find you, and I will end this freaking agenda. This is why I'm not giving you any more of my money, because I'm sick of you. After Black Panther 2, I'm done. I'm done. You don't need to put this. Kids Plus should not be... Let's add more gay shit in there instead of things for kids. You're supposed to be family friendly. Paramount Plus doesn't have half of this, because they know to keep the gay stuff out of their stuff. They don't need it. They don't need to preach. But anyway, that's my rant on it. A few bright spots. The witches are cool. Some of the songs are fine. And some of the atmosphere from the first movie is there. Some of the sets, but the freaking lame new characters, the writing, the pacing, and this woke gay shit just took me out of it completely. But anyway, that's my opinion on this. Fuck this movie. It's a dishonorable mention for this year because Disney can do better. I know. I've seen it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care and have a good Columbus Day if you celebrate in the U.S. and happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian subscribers and watchers. Thanks for watching.